Hey, they announced the new Battlefield coming out this
Battlefield
week.
1, right?
Yeah, it's called Battlefield 1, and they say that it's like inspired by World War 1.
Yeah.
And we kind of watched that, the trailer that they put out. Am I the only one who feels like if it's like dogfights and planes crashing into each other, then that's like not World War 1? All the promotional footage it's more like steampunky and like BioShock in my
You were
like
saying,
that's kind of the aesthetic.
I didn't feel that.
I don't feel that way.
Really?
Yeah.
May I remind you that World War I was trench warfare?
You may remind me of that.
Were there
yes.
any like trenches in that trailer?
Yeah, there was one.
Yeah.
There was one. All
It
right.
depends on what front. Wasn't there multiple battles during World War One?
I just feel like they're saying this is a World War I game, and then you watch it, and it is clearly like way more advanced and more like a modern warfare game with like a World War I-esque steampunky. Because if you think about steampunk, that's that same era, like turn of the century, 1900s, pre-1920s style aesthetic,
Yeah.
but technologically advanced, but using kind of like the mechanics of that age. That's what I felt Battlefield 1 looked like. To me personally, I would love a World War I game, but I feel like that's not really what they're delivering.
I mean, you played that Wolfenstein game, right?
Yes.
So I think it's like that.
It reminded me of Wolfenstein,
where
too.
it's hey, this is the war, but also that's kind of like the jumping off point, and technology's weird, so like it's crazy.
Yeah, well,
I think it's that.
some of the things that I read were that that some people were saying it's an alternate World War I history, like if things went differently or something.
Battlefield
But then
ever
other
done
things, I read said the opposite and said it was not going to be that. So I don't know. Honestly,
Back in the day, I loved the Medal of Honor series, and those were typically all World War II.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved the older guns and the kind of restrictive weaponry that you would have.
Yeah.
So has anyone done World War I before this?
I don't think a major...
Did Medal of Honor ever go there?
Medal
can't
of Honor
remember.
never... I don't think they
I can't
did.
remember.
I don't think a major
Call of Duty never
Call of
did,
Duty
yeah.
type first-person shooter has ever done this before.
yeah.
I had trouble finding this footage. I'm sorry, Sean.
I'm just saying, like, I saw it, and I was saying before, if it was Battlefield 5 and it was, future warfare, there was a 0% chance I'd play it. But
Yeah.
now, is World War I, and I'm looking at the trailer, and to me, it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. I might pick this
Yeah.
one up.
That's how I feel about it.
Which is crazy, because I would have never thought I would have played a Battlefield.
Yeah,
game,
there was a
so.
0% before.
I like
Exactly.
Battlefield 4 a lot.
And the chat is saying that Red Baron was World War I.
The Red Baron was World War I.
So there are some dogfights.
The promotional picture that I keep seeing is this really modern-looking guy with a cape on, and he's
Yeah.
holding like this German.
Yeah,
Luger
I couldn't
in
tell
one
that was
hand,
from the past at
and
all.
he has like this
Stick grenade?
He's got a spiked club in the other hand, and he's like emblazoned in like embers and fire and stuff. It looks so modern. It just to me looks like speculative science fiction, alt fiction, not truly like.
I also
based in
think
World
that
War I.
those they had to play it a little safe because they're going, they're taking a different time. They want those same people to buy this game too, so they have to make it look a little bit like, what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I think it's a
they
lot
couldn't
in
go
there.
all the way.
I think it's a
feel
lot
like.
in their promotion
Yeah.
of it that they're still kind of approaching it trepidatiously.
But anyways-
some people are pointing out though that it isn't an alternate history. It's not.
Well,
It's
okay.
not supposed to be.
They've never done that. It's-
There was a bunch of articles saying that was true, and then they pulled all that. That's what I saw.
Did you guys ever play the last one, the bank robbers versus
Oh,
cops
no, God,
version
no.
of Battlefield 4?
No.
No,
that was super fun.
well, the developer of it was Visceral, and they made Dead Space and Dante's Inferno. And
Yeah.
all that. They're a great developer, and I really wanted to play it for that reason, but I was so burned by 4, I could not. I just
you
couldn't.
guys didn't
bring
like
myself.
4?
4 was it was so fucking buggy. It erased my game, so I was done. That was it. I never went back to that.
I didn't even play Battlefield 4.
But honestly, I thought it was okay. It was just there were so many things wrong with it. I didn't want to go. I really just didn't want to.
I never played Battlefield Hardline, I think was the cop
Yeah.
one, but I heard, and so I can't confirm, but I heard it was kind of out of touch. Like, there'd be missions of like, these guys are selling weed, let's get them. And you like have to go like shoot
It
them
was
all
always
down.
robbing banks was what I did.
That's what I had heard. I was talking to somebody, and they're
Getting
like,
an armored car
This game is
or-
kind of funny because you're a cop, but you're cavalierly just like wiping out the enemies. Like, you're not really giving them
Shoot
due
all the weed
process
dealers.
or
That's all. That's the. I never
Judge
played.
Dredd the
I never
game.
played. What was it that just came out? The Division. I haven't played that, but I keep hearing that shit about that too. Like it's kind of just like, oh shit, homeless people. Like there was kind of like not another level to it or layer to it.
There's so much,
but I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I didn't play it.
There's so much like run around, just shoot this fucking gun games out there right now. I feel like the last time I bought that game wanting to play it was Destiny. And then subsequently I've kind of stepped back from that franchise, but the new Doom is going to be my first like step back into like I want to just fucking shoot a gun game.
All my complaints about the World War I thing are, I kind of agree with you. I'm burnt out on just run around and shoot stuff, and I've been playing games like you guys know. I play Chivalry and Mount and Blade, where it's kind of the same mechanics of a first-person shooter, but you don't have guns. You have swords and you're on horseback, and it's really fun. Being limited in what you can do as far as like those battles is just like a whole new take on the game. So when I see World War I feel like it would be really fun if you like scale it way back, like really limit what these soldiers can do in these battles. But it kind of feels like it's set in World War I, but it's still fast-paced, modern warfare, running and gunning action.
Well,
That's my complaint.
we'll see. I'll
We'll
check it
see.
out.
It's not out yet.
Yeah, I'll give it.
I'm
give
gonna
it a
give this
shot.
one a shot because I, again, would never buy a shooter anymore. I'm over that. But this is now something that's I think moved past it enough. It's different enough that I'll try it.
And also too, just presentation wise, I'm always big on like the presentation of certain things and whatever. I do like that they hyped up forever that. I do like that there was so much hype about them showing what's Battlefield 5, Battlefield 5, and I think it's clever that it came out and it's called Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
I do. I get a kick out of that. But anyway, I'll give it a shot. Whatever. We'll see how it goes. Who knows? But anyway.